Hey there and welcome back to my channel. After watching this video, you will be able to work with DaVinci Resolve. You will be able to import your files, edit your footage, use some useful tools to enhance your videos with out-of-the-box transitions, add text to your videos or stabilize your videos using DaVinci Resolve's built-in warp stabilizer. After finishing your edit, I will show you how to export your masterpiece so that you can create a video like this. So we are now at Tiergarten Schönbrunn, so the Vienna Zoo, and let's check out the penguins. And now we're heading to the wolves. And now let's go up to the tree tops. This bridge is swinging a lot. Here in the background you can also see the Schloss Schönbrunn, so the Castle Schönbrunn. Alright, that's all for today. See you! Well, today I will invite you to a journey to provide a beginner's introduction to DaVinci Resolve 18. The video you saw in the introduction is the outcome of this tutorial, and we will be creating it together. As usual, a short disclaimer, this video is not sponsored. I've been using DaVinci Resolve for over 4 years and it's simply my tool of choice. One of the reasons is the availability of a very powerful free version. And speaking of free, this video is totally free, but if it helps you, I would greatly appreciate your likes and a subscription to this channel. Thank you so much. So before we start, I will just give you a note on this video. It is really aimed at beginners, which means I won't be explaining complicated things like shortcuts, complex fusion techniques and the like. My goal is to help someone who has never worked with the program to edit the first video and export it. Of course, I will explain things like frame rates and what you need to consider when shooting, so you don't encounter problems during post-production. Unlike photos, which can be captured in RAW, where you can save all attributes in the file and change them later, it's not so simple with videos. Therefore, it's advisable to familiarize yourself with the exposure triangle beforehand, so that you can use the right settings during the recordings. In this video, I've presented exactly that. Take a look, I think it's worth it that you don't open the tool and later wonder why the video files aren't as editable as you want them to be. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, we will go with DaVinci Resolve as I already mentioned. It is a software developed by the company Blackmagic Design, known for their cinema cameras. The software is used for both private users and film companies. Long story short, the free version is completely sufficient for beginners. I used it for over 3 years and bought finally the Studio Edition. For our needs, it doesn't matter which version you are using. Both provide us with the features we need for exactly this tutorial. On this site you can download your copy of DaVinci Resolve, the free version. Fill out the needed details and then download it from the link you will receive. The installation should be very easy. After that we can start the program. After a brief loading sequence, your project window will automatically appear, where you can select your projects. For our reasons, I think the local ones are enough. We don't need the network stuff, and we also don't need to do anything in the cloud. Means we will go to untitled project because we want a new one. Let's double click and let's open it. Alright, now we are in the main window of DaVinci Resolve. Before we do anything here, we will check out the presettings we need, that we do not see any warning pop-ups. What does this mean? We click on File here, then we click on Project Settings, and then we have to take care of two sections beforehand. The first one is the timeline resolution. At the moment it's here pre-selected in HD, so full HD. My videos are recorded in 4K, so I have to switch to Ultra HD, means 4K resolution. The next point is the timeline frame rate. It's here on 24. You can select a bunch of different timeline frame rates, but in the end I use 25 because this is the normal one I use in my videos. Alright, the other things can be as it is, and so we go to Save and click Save, and then my settings are pre-selected. After that we need to import our videos and audio files we want to use during our editing process from a folder. So as already mentioned, I copied the files to my external hard drive and I will work with these files. So altogether I will select all of them. So I move my mouse here. These are 75 elements, most of them are videos. I have just one audio file and will just simply drag and drop it from here to DaVinci Resolve. Then it loads a little bit, and after this process you can see that all the videos I need are already here in my cut window preview. We could use the cut view, but honestly I never use it. I will skip this part and I jump directly to edit. For the beginners tutorial especially, I will just work in the edit menu point and then I will jump to the deliver one. You can ignore first the media, the cut, the fusion, the color and the fairlight. We're just working in the edit. Alright, we're here now. As you can see, you see your previews of the videos as well. So you have here pre-selected your whole videos you need and you can add to your timeline. Speaking of the timeline, your timeline is down below, is here. It is split up between video and audio. Let me show you what this means. When I take my first video clip here, I simply drag and drop it here down below, and then you will see here the video, a preview window, and here down below you see the video section and the audio section, which is connected to the video. Means I can take this now and I can move it around and the audio sticks directly to the video. So this is our main working area, I would say. You can also scale this part a little bit that you have more space here. And you can also move this up and down if you want to work more in the audio section or here in the video section. So we have now our first video, so we can watch this. We can use this timeline to scroll through the video very quickly. Or we can just simply press the play button and then you can see the video, as well hearing also the sound of the video. And for this video I don't need any sounds. Okay, I already dragged this little line down to 0, means there is no audio anymore. And when you want to check the audio, you can see here the audio levels on the right side. So it's always useful when you have activated this mixer feature that you can see your audio levels. Normally I try that the audio level will be between -10, -5. So most of the time it should not go over this -5, otherwise the sound clips. Alright, so I have now my first video. This is the video section. When I select my video now, I can use a lot of tools in my inspector section here in the right upper corner. So video is selected, I have the inspector right on, and here you can use your video related attributes and you can manipulate them. If you want to zoom in into the video, you can simply go here and zoom in and it stays like this. Or you want to move your position of the video, you can move it here with X and Y to the left or to the right. You can also rotate your video here and adapt it, and you can also pitch it. So everything is possible here. You could also flip it if you want, so you don't see much here. When I flip it horizontally, then yes, okay. But I will reset everything. You can do this here with this rounded arrow. So now let's go to the video. I want to cut the video a little bit because I'm not quite satisfied how I recorded it. So maybe I want a little bit of this fountain. This looks nice, okay, but not the whole beginning. So I will drag this to this side a little bit. You can always drag it and shorten it. And then I will move the whole video clip, including the audio, to the beginning again. So I go to the beginning of the video and I press my play button. This is enough. So this movement is too much. So I will do a cut right before the movement. Means for that, this is the selection tool, the selection mode where I can select something but nothing happens. I can just drag and drop. And then there are several other tools I will just use for this video. The blade edit mode means I use this, and where I want to cut it, I use this razor blade to cut my video file. Then I go back to the selection mode. Alright, so I will also get rid of this part. I don't like this one. Then there is a zoom out. I also want to prevent this, and I think I want to have a little bit of this section when I now press play, and that's enough. So this is enough for me. But as you can see, this one is a little bit shaky, but the second one shakes a lot. What we have to do is to stabilize now our footage a little bit. Means we select the first clip, then we go to our inspector again, and then we scroll down, and there is the section stabilization. You click on it, and then you have a predefined cropping ratio, smooth range. I think for our purpose it will stay like this, and also the perspective is for us enough. If it doesn't work, you can jump to the other mode. Maybe this works better then, but the perspective is the one I use 80% of the time and it should work very well. Let's press stabilize. It will calculate a little bit. As you can see, it zoomed in a little bit, and now I press play and it shouldn't be that shaky. Okay, the first one is good, the second one is still shaky. We will just do the same on the second clip. Select it, check the stabilization section and press the stabilize button. Alright, now let's see if it's more stable than before. Yes, and also the second one is not so shaky anymore. That's great. Alright, let's continue with the next one. When you select the next clip and double click it, it will be shown here in the preview window as well. This is always a good filler B-roll stuff. This shows how I walk into the park. So in this video, as you already have seen in the beginning, we made a trip to the zoo in Vienna, and for sure I want to show you as well a little bit of a B-roll. So I move this down. It's too long, so it gets boring if it's too long. So I will just use a smaller part out of it. Let's start here. And I think 2 seconds and 20 milliseconds are enough. So I put this here. I don't need really the sound here. And then I go to the first one and check this out, how this looks like. We have the fountain, then we have this section, and we go to the next place. But to be honest, I think it's still too long. I will shorten it a little bit to 2 seconds and we should be fine. Good, perfect. So speaking of boring, at the moment there is not really a sound in this video, so let's add some music to make it more dynamic, I would say. And for that reasons I already downloaded a nice sound from epidemicsound. I have been using now for years. I paid for it, it's not sponsored, but I just searched for a suitable one, what I think fits the most to this video, and then I will just drag and drop it here in the next audio section. Most of the time the audios from the epidemicsound website are a little bit too loud, so I can show you right now. And here you can already see it's over -5, and this is the silent part. So when we just jump to another section here, you see it will scratch here on the top, and this is too loud. Means normally I try to reduce the sound volume a little bit. Speaking of sound, I just hear it very quiet out of my headphones, so I will use them. Alright, so let's see how loud it is. I think that's fine. I think it's still too loud, so let's move it down to -13. I think this should be okay. Alright, now we have added a little bit of sound, as you already heard, and I want to introduce you where I am, so I also use this video here to edit as the next one, but in this case I need sound. So when I now show you how it sounds like.
So we are now at Tiergarten Schönbrunn, so the Vienna Zoo, and let's check out the penguins.
Okay, first of all, I think my movements in the beginning and in the end is too much, so it's just the beginning and the end, so I will cut here down a little bit. Then I will move the whole clip to the next one, and in the end I will also reduce it after the penguin session here. Thumbs up, that's okay, and then I will stop here. Alright, here you can see that the sound immediately starts, so when I press play here now,
so we are now at Tiergarten Schönbrunn, so the Vienna Zoo.
It just jumps to the audio from this video, because in the previous video there was no audio at all. So you can use this little point here and you can move this simply in this direction, so you have a fade in of this audio. Let's try it again.
So we are now at Tiergarten Schönbrunn.
Yes, that's good.
Vienna Zoo, and let's check.
As I'm talking, I want to raise my voice a little bit here, and I want to move the audio of the music a little bit down, then you can hear me better. So I will do this cut as I did before here. Let me select the razor tool, I do a cut here, and a cut in the end of this penguin part. So I will go back to the selection tool, and then I will lower here as well it to, let's say, 24 is a good value. When I'm talking, the music still plays. And here in the beginning I will do a small fade out, and here again a small fade in. So let's see and hear how it sounds and it looks like.
So we are now at Tiergarten Schönbrunn, so the Vienna Zoo, and let's check out the penguins.
Maybe this is not perfect because there is too long of a break, so means I will move my finger here up. I will cut this as well a little bit, and then before I say something I will just remove this part. In removing you can just click delete and it will be removed. So,
and let's check out the penguins.
I think this works better. Alright, the beginning is already made, and I check just which scene I want. This is quite nice where they move away. I will reduce the sound a little bit because this has no sound. I will also fade this out, and then we have this. Okay, then I will do a cut here. And then I can remember they jumped into the water. I will have this as well here as my next scene, that it's not too long. And yes, and for the next scene I will check that some of them go out of the water again and just reduce it a little bit in the end so that it looks like this. Good, okay. So then we have the description here of the penguins. So basically it's always good to have more footage as needed in the end. So I will just add the next part because it shouldn't be too long, this video. So I will insert myself with my point that we go to the wolf, I think I say here. And I will also, yeah, raise this a little bit from audio side. And then I will do the same because I already know. I will cut here, and I will lower here this audio again to 24. I will do a fade out of the previous, a fade in of the next one, and also here a fade in of my voice and a fade out that it sounds like this.
And now we're heading to the wolves.
Nice one, okay. Then I have several wolf videos, so I will check out a nice scene where this wolf is standing here. But I keep it very short, so let's just put it on 2 seconds. After that I want some moving pics from the wolves. A closer shot here. And you also should take care of the sound. So when the sound changes, you should do a cut that it is a flow, you know? Okay. Here a small one where I just try to capture a little bit the sun. What I forgot to tell you beforehand, we should also save our project because we have still an untitled project here. Means we click on File, then we go Save Project As, and we insert here this name Zoo Test Project, and then we click Save. So it's now saved in our project list. We have here the Zoo Test Project, and it will be shown here as you see it. So what's maybe important also to mention, you can hear the length of the timeline here. So very often you need this, that you can see how long the project already is to get a better overview. I will now speed up this part and I will come back to you when I'm ready and when it's done. All right, good. I think that's all. So I have my it's a 2-minute video. It's done, but the only thing what I think is missing are the transitions. So in the beginning, there is a too hard jump into the video. So what we do is go here to this section, video transitions, and we have additive resolve. Here you can see, if you add this, there will be a smooth transition to the next one. If there is no video before that video, it will use just a black, fading from black to the video sequence. So I will try it out now. I will put it here. And then you can see when I start the video, it fades from black to the video. I think here we don't need a transition because this is fine, but from here to the footsteps, let's add a blur dissolve. And it looks like this.
So we are now at Tiergarten Schönbrunn.
So footsteps to the talking head from me for the introduction can stay like this. This is personal taste, I like it. Also here.
Check out the penguins.
This is also fine. And here we need also a transition, I would say, but I will do this one, which fades directly from one picture in the next one. Let's do this. And you can also, in that case, let's see.
And now we're heading to the wolves.
For my taste, it is a little bit too long, so I can press down, hold this, and shorten this transition a little bit. So let's see how it looks like now.
And now we're
perfect. Yeah, this is a complete different topic, so I will go also here with a, yeah, let's see, I think across dissolve could be fine, also not so long. Let's press play. Yeah, this looks good. Then the rabbit, the second one. Perfect. I think that's fine. I think we can go with this video. So this is really the basic one. The only thing what I just wanted to add, because you don't know where we are, is adding a text. So where do we add a description? So in the beginning here, there's the fade in. Then there is this one, and I want to add the text here in this section here, down in this area here in the left bottom corner. And for that I will switch to titles. I will go with the normal text one. I move this via drag and drop to the video line, and now you can see it's all over it. So you can do the same as you did with the video. You can drag and drop it right here, and then you can shorten it to this. Oh, let's go a step further. Okay, so means you have here this one, and then you have a basic title. Okay, so this basic title should also fade in and fade out, so you can also use your video transition as you did on the single video also on your text. So you go to video transition, add the first one to fade in, shorten it a little bit, and then to fade out and align with the fade out of the video, so it should look great. The next step is we want to put in a title. So we go to video here, so back to our inspector section, and we select the title, and here you can enter your title, and we want to enter Sue Vienna Schönbrunn, and we don't want to have it in the middle of the picture because I don't like it here, so we can go down a little bit. We can reduce the size, then we can maybe switch to a nicer font family. Let's figure out one. I think this is a standard one. Let's go with a standard one. Let's go with the Open Sans Extra Bold one. I think every one of you should have installed it. And then we go down below to our position, and then we positioning it here and move it via the Y value to the bottom. I think this should be fine. All right, so that's it. I think this was how you add a text. Let's check it out if it works. Yeah, and now it disappears with the next fading out of the video. Well done. The next step is to export our video. For this we will go to the last one, to the deliver part, and here you see every single video clip in a row and the finished video here down below. And what we have to do is simply give our video the name. So we enter here Sue Vienna Schönbrunn. So I will save it here from now on my desktop. Let's click save. So my location will be the desktop. Sue Vienna. I don't like the QuickTime, to be honest, because I'm working on a Windows machine. I use MP4. Then the codec is fine. Encoder is also fine, as I use Ultra HD, means 4K and 25 frames. I will go not with the best quality because I want also to save a little bit of space. So I will restrict it to 50,000. 50,000 is, by the way, also the value I use for my 4K videos for YouTube upload. But it works also fine if you watch it on the PC or on a TV set. So 50,000 is sufficient, at least for me. So this works fine. So then I go down here. I can keep it as it is, and we are good to go. Just add to render queue. We have it here. Now in this we have the first job, and then let's render it. The job is done. Perfect. And now we can close the whole program. And you see on the desktop there is my Sue Vienna Schönbrunn movie we just created. I do a right click. I go to my attributes and I see here I rendered it in 4K with the bitrate I wanted, approximately 50,000. It's 25 pictures per second, so the same FPS I recorded my video files, And the audio bitrate is 256 and stereo, and we have it. Means we can open it and it should play properly here. Okay, that was our video, and I hope this little tutorial helped you in creating your next video with DaVinci Resolve. As always, you will find all the links to the mentioned tools, website, etc. in the description down below. I would greatly appreciate a like and a subscription, as it helps the channel to grow, as always. If you want to see more videos from me, just stay tuned and check out the next one here or here. Yeah. Thanks again for watching and all the best until the next video. Take care. Bye bye.